Señoras y señores, buenas tardes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from one of my favorite hotel, Melia Costa del Sol in Torremolinos. After 140 days, finally, I have the chance to travel again. And I promise you updates about the new phase of our holidays in year zero after lockdown. The first episode tonight is dedicated to my way from Forthwich to Torremolinos. Good morning, I am so excited. It's the morning of my first travel after lockdown, and I promise you that I'll give you as many details as possible about my experience. And we'll start not with packing, because that's a disaster with or without lockdown. I will start with the airport transfer, because for me the transfer is extremely important, and let me show you why. When you need to provide your own ride to the airport, you are going to end up dealing with more anxiety than necessary. You'll need to ensure you have, for example, enough gas in the tank to get to the airport and get you back home when you return. Correct? Correct. You may also spend your trip worrying about the safety of your car while you are away. You may also be concerned about, let's say, navigation to the correct terminal, or getting caught in a traffic. And don't forget, I'm coming from Forthwich, so M20, M25. If you miss your flight, you'll have no one to blame but yourself. Don't forget that when you drive yourself to the airport, you need to pay to park your car there for the remainder of your trip. While the fees may not be astronomical, they will always represent just one more unnecessary expense that could cause you to go over your vacation budget. And therefore, these are the official version why I prefer to have an airport transfer. To tell you the real one, I don't drive. I don't have a driver license, but I was happy enough a couple of years ago to discover an excellent way to travel to the airport or back home, and that's Greenlight, a company very reliable, always on time, very polite, very safe, and I cannot wait to see them again. Now it's something new, because I didn't travel with them after the lockdown. With the new measures in place, I wonder, do I have to wear a mask? Do they wear a mask? How much COVID mania affected the comfort, the safety, the pleasure of starting your holiday with the best airport transfer? But I'll see in a second. Once the airport transfer sorted, I can start with my holiday in a more relaxed way, because at the end of the day, I know for sure that I have a reliable, comfortable, safe, charming way to go to the airport.
Of course, the best thing about the transfer is the opportunity to rest and relax.
Of course, it was very easy, very comfortable, and I will tell you a secret. I could snooze a little bit. Terminal 5 experience is extremely interesting. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and normally the checking area it's very busy. By the way, as you can see, you need to wear a mask when you're inside of the terminal building. I went outside for a cigarette, and you can, of course, remove your mask. Check-in procedure extremely fast. In first class checking area with no problem. I think it took me 10 minutes, just because the lady doing the check-in, she was absolutely charming, and we chat a lot, making jokes and so on. But the check-in procedure was very fast, and apart of the fact that it's uncomfortable to use a mask for such a long time, the rest is like a normal day. Actually better than a normal day, because the terminal is empty. Even the security was very fast. Of course, took longer just because I forgot, after all these months with no flying, to remove coins, keys from my pocket, to put the liquids in the bag and so on. But we're getting used to the old rules quite fast. First class lounge changed now a lot, and for sure will be quite a surprise for you to discover. But to be honest, I do like the new system. Actually, you will wear the mask until you find your own place, and after that, close to your table, your chosen table, you will find a code that you can scan it with your phone, and that will give you access to an interactive menu. We are in breakfast time at the moment, and you can choose a traditional breakfast, a vegetarian one, or you can build your own breakfast. And still the same alcoholic beverages, champagne, how much do you want, and anything that you normally have in a kind of self-service. But this time everything will be served to your table, just to respect the social distancing and try to limit the contact with those around you in the lounge. It's very quiet in first class lounge. Actually, you share the space with Concord room, which now it's here behind me. That's Concord Terrace now, but it's still pleasant, and to be honest, the staff is extremely charming, and very gentle and kind, with a fast service. To be honest, the experience in the first class lounge here in Terminal 5 at Heathrow is far much better than I expected. Excellent service, very fast, very polite, and actually when you sit down and try something to eat, you still can remove your mask. So I think it's time for the last glass of champagne before boarding the British Airways flight to Malaga. Oops. Yeah. Terminal 5, all the shops and duty-free are open, but the terminal still looks like a ghost town. Not so many tourists, travelers, passengers, and the shops are empty. At gate A12, waiting to board the plane to Malaga, not so much social distancing. Indeed, we are all wearing masks, but you can sit wherever you want. In the queue, everybody was one on top of the other. At least they explained that we board the plane from the back to the front, so we are still waiting. Finally, we are in our way to Malaga. In the plane, you need to wear the mask all the time. You are not allowed to move around and use the toilet only if you see the available seat on, where the sign on, the green one. A limited service, and you will see in a second what's about. To be honest, how can I say? I think the boarding process was a little bit chaotic. No social distancing, everybody was on top of the other, and we were kept in the jetty for a good 15 minutes without the distance between us and so on. But let's see how the flight will go. The fly with British Airways to Malaga from Heathrow was absolutely pleasant surprise. You feel safe because they respect the rules, and to be honest, the in-flight service, the cabin crew, they are absolutely excellent, going far above all my expectations. Even the product was excellent with a daily box, high quality, exactly what you needed to a flight to Malaga, and of course, the champagne was always available. Finally, I'm in the Malaga airport. Immigration, as always, was very, very fast. No problem, scanning the passport and you can go. But from that point started the circus, basically, because I told you about how much Spain cares about bureaucracy. And after all those forms that you need to fill in, basically the temperature check, it's walking in front of the screen. I try in front of two screens, none of them was working, so therefore I went to the third one, and after I passed the screen I saw that the image on the screen was somebody else, actually a person who was like free position in front of me. So what's the point with all this scanning? What's the point wearing mask? We saw people that they work in the airport without a mask, so I still don't understand. I really don't understand, but the law is the law. So in Andalusia, you need to wear the mask all the time when you are in public spaces. This is all for tonight. Tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Central European Time on YouTube channel Leonard Myra 1969. I will be waiting for you to talk a little bit about the hotel where I am at the moment, Melia Costa del Sol. I told you it's my favorite hotel, one of my favorite hotels here in Spain, and tomorrow we'll discover how they can cope with COVID-19 and all the madness about wearing a mask, stopping the buffet, and still keeping all their customers happy. I'll see you tomorrow evening.